my shoes? You want my shirt? My jewels too? Well, you need to go get your some, go get your some.
You already know what this is, man. It's B.I.G. Shine. Good music, finally famous over everything, boy. You checking out Thisis50.com. Man, I'm from the Detroit, man. The fucking West Side, man. The hood, the real hood, man. West Side of Detroit. You know, a lot of people be like, man, he ain't from Detroit, he from South Philly. Like, nah, nigga, from the D, 6 Mile, for real. Me and Royce the 5'9" came from the same place. This originates from going through different situations, you know what I'm saying? Just, I see like, that in this industry, you can't wait on no fucking body, man. Nobody. And, you know, I work myself as hard as I can. You know, when you got that dream and that vision, and when you've been broke as hell and you came from the fucking bottom, man, you know that shit forever hungry. I don't mind waking up, like even after all my shows, I'll have this packed out show like thousands of people, and I'll sit there after that bitch and sign autographs to them. They cut the lights off, because that's how much it means to me. And, you know, just grinding and doing shit I gotta do, man. It means the world. So. Well, the thing was, when I met Kanye, you know, I got a chance to rap for him, spit for him. He loved it, I got his attention. It took a couple of years for him to sign me, you know, he took me under his wing. The music was going through some bullshit at that time. So, you know, when the whole deal finally happened a couple years later, you know, of course, Kanye is an artist himself. You know, and, you know, people like Pharrell, Kanye, even 50, you know, they get wrapped up in because they artists as well, they get wrapped up in their world, as they should, because they got to take care of that shit, make sure that shit is the shit. And, you know, he didn't really have time. I wanted him to basically hand me beats like, yo, I thought he like, yo, you know, I'm your artist, you gonna what, sit and do beats for me, do my album. When he wants it to be like, nah, man, you gotta do this shit. I'm just giving you a platform, you know? You want someone to do it on your own. You know, I'm learning that the hard way, sitting waiting around and shit not really happening. And, you know, I realized that, man, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You gotta go out here and kill this shit. As soon as I started putting out when I put my first mixtape out, right before I signed to Good Music, Finally Famous Volume 1, like, I wanted to put that out just because it was like I was signed to Kanye, but nobody knew shit. And it's like, you know, that hunger of wanting to be a star, wanting to get your shit out to the world, or people to know how good you are, or how good you think you are. You want people to know, you know. And that was one of the reasons why I put it out. And I saw the progression that a mixtape made for me. Like, even though it was just a little bit, you know, a few more people knew who I was. And, you know, the shit was there, the attention was there. So then I dropped my second one because after my first mixtape, I thought that's all I needed to do. Def Jam was gonna do the rest, you know. Was completely wrong about that as far as, you know, thinking everybody's gonna do something for you. And you know, the label will do their parts and everybody do their parts, Kanye will do your parts, but you still gotta, man, keep that shit going. You know, the best advice I could give is like, work like you. For me, if you have a label behind you, I still work like I don't have a label. I print my own mixtapes up, I hand them out, we set our own touring up. You know, we got our own booking agents and we do what we do. And then everything, all the help we get from Def Jam and all the help we get from other places and all the help we get from Kanye, that's just great. It was just like extra looks. Well, you know, I was skeptical because I didn't know, you know, it was something that, if it wasn't like my show, you know what I'm saying? It was, Def Jam was putting it on and I was just, you know, one of the people on the bill. But man, you really would have thought that shit was my show. Front to back, side to side, everybody in there was just excited and knew all the words, going crazy. Hundreds of people couldn't get in. And you know, I wish we could have did it somewhere else, bigger. But you know, to do SOBs is classic, so it was an honor to just really flood that bitch and get it rocking like that. And it was bitches in there. We had girls, man. We had pretty girls up in SOBs. That's something that whenever I say, people be like, man, that's incredible you had all them girls out there. Like, man, we had girls out there that was looking good. So important, man, you know. Of course, I come from putting out music for free. I know how important it is to flood the streets. But the internet, I mean, well, you know, that's the whole reason you do it is to put an album out, you know, to solidify yourself. And, you know, every rapper wants to go platinum, triple platinum, diamond and shit, so that's always the goal and the dream, so it's very important. I've been working, you get your whole life to work on your first album, so it's all my experiences, man. It's crazy. Me and No ID went in and did like 7 on it. Kanye did a few on there, Pharrell. And I'm very hands-on though. It's not like I just have somebody do this shit. I'll be like, no, this is whack. yo, why don't we try this? Or I'll go sit down with the fucking graphic designers, or sit down with the photographers, be like, man, this is the type of shot I want for this project or for this. I'm super hands-on. That's the only way to be, man. Well, I don't have a clothing. Everybody thinks Thisis is my clothing line, but the clothing line that I always rock is like Thisis. People are always like, yo, your clothing line, but it's really Taz Arnold's clothing line. Shout out to Taz Arnold, and you know, I like snapback hats because he adds like different shit on it, like the letter, the Thisis, the different letters and shit. It's not no Illuminati type shit neither. People are like, oh, I see pyramids. It's not no shit like that at all, man. It's just not even real, man. So, the white tee, you know, man, it's a real, you know, man, I'm a Detroit player. You know, Detroit, you look at Biggie, talk about Detroit, you know, Pink Meat Gaggers, my Detroit players. You hear Jay talk about how Detroit rappers got style, man. I really feel like I'm the reincarnation of that Detroit player, bringing new style to the game. Like, whether it's this rap shit, this style shit. I mean, you've seen it with like the super duper flow, where, you know, Drake and then basically the whole industry fit that whole style that I really came up with. Dog, I took a shot in the dark in the industry of sharks that's surrounded by water, Cuba. Man, you gotta listen. I listen to like rap and be like, man, niggas not doing this though. But actually the super duper rhyme scheme was just a joke really at first. It was just, I mean, not a joke, but it was just a rap I was kind of like fucking around with in the studio, and I was with Ye. And it was right before I signed to him. We was working on Graduation, and I started spitting the rap super duper. Like, I was spitting it to somebody else though, and he was on the other side of me. We was all sitting on the couch, and he was like, yo, what you saying? And you know, I was spitting it to him, and he was like, man, that's the best rap you ever wrote. I was like, what? You know, I was just bored. I was like, it's not even done. So then he was like, oh, okay, fuck with it. And then he called me like 2 days later after we left. And I was back at the crib in Detroit, and he was like, man, did you ever finish that whatever rap, man, that one word, super duper shit you was doing? And I was like, yeah, I didn't finish it, but I was like, yeah, I finished it. He was like, yeah, that shit was cold, man, send that to me. Yeah, man, because that's when people win, man. That's when motherfuckers was winning 10 years ago. That's what the fuck everybody was doing. Niggas was on everything, man. You heard them posse songs, all that shit? Not even posse songs, but just people like fucking with each other, man. Like long ass songs, flavor in your ear type shit where everybody's on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's coming back to, man. People are really winning and loving it. B.I.G. Shine, boy. You checking out Thisis50.com.